Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Anna and I'm a little bit spooky, kinda obviously today. We went super spooky with the makeup and yeah, we used the Prelude to Agony palette and the Suspended and Dusk palette from Rebel Rouge Labs because I just wanted to sit down, do something very typo negative, kind of inspired, dark, moody, fall vibes all around, and let my wild swamp witch hair do its thing with some snake earrings. So, if that interests you and you want to see how I created this very reddish, berry, golden, bloody color with a really deep, vampy lip, just go ahead and keep on watching. But before you do, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know if there's some more looks you'd like to see with the Suspended in Dusk and Prelude to Agony palette from Rebel Rouge Labs. I am doing a neon green look. It's coming, don't worry. It's coming. So yeah, without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into the video today and you guys can just keep me company and distract my very stressed little mind. Alright, onto the makeup. So we're gonna play with the Rebel Rouge Labs Suspended in Dusk and Prelude to Agony because these just make sense for the fall because they're typo negative themed palettes. And typo negative to me is if I listen to like some sort of like a holiday type of music, it would be typo negative, particularly the album called October Rust. Their songs are very seasonal. And we know I have a affinity for typo negative. I think I've discussed that, and when I reviewed these palettes I have a deep love, a very deep love. So I want to do a very fall inspired look, and yeah, that's what we're going to do today. So I'm going to start out with the Rebel Rouge Labs Suspended Dusk palette. But before we get actually into the eyeshadow, I am going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk eyeliner to kind of map out a nice smokiness around the eyes. I'm going to have to sharpen this real quick. I filmed yesterday, did really intense eyeliner, and had no irritation around my eyes, so I'm very happy about that. It might just be my liners I'm using, I don't know. I used a Lancome new liquid pencil or whatever they're called, gel liners. No irritation whatsoever, so that was pretty cool. Now I do believe this pencil does irritate my eyes a little bit because of the red pigment, but here we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start to like map out around my eye, like kind of some smoky liner situation, and I'm gonna do one eye at a time. So let's get started with the Pillow Talk liner. And I'm going to start like right out here at the lash line. We are going very red, burgundy-ish today. Kind of a something a little bit vampiric. You know my vibes. Do I even have to explain that at this point? I'm just going to take this along the upper lash line to start. We're going to bring in some nice fall shades. Something a little bit spooky, very dramatic. I'm just feeling very dramatic makeup right now and wanting to feel very pretty and glam. And makeup like this makes me feel good. It makes me feel very like myself. So I'm going to kind of wing this up just a bit here. Well, more than a bit. And I'm going to kind of pull it over. We're going to go very dramatic, blown out. And I want to have a lift on that outer corner. I mentioned how much I love this eyeliner. I would like to pick up the Walk of No Shame liner just to see the differences. I think it's just a little bit more browny. But this really is one of my favorite eyeliners. That's such a pretty color. Like, I think it just looks really good on its own as liner. So I'm going to blend that out with a pencil brush. It's stained green because that's the one I used yesterday and I did a very green look. Yeah, there's nothing coming off on it. It's just stained. And I'm just going to kind of give this a bit of a blend. This pencil does set down and like lock in, so it doesn't really go anywhere. So I'm just going to give it a little smudgeroo. I have already primed my eyes using the Bobbi Brown eyeshadow crayon in Shell. It is a fantastic eye primer. Fantastic. It does cost more than the Sigma, but I like the tone of it a little bit better. It just matches flawlessly with my skin tone, and it does cancel out all my issues I have on my lids. I have freckles and veins and redness on my lids all the time, so that really does help neutralize all that and create a fantastic base to work on. Very set down yet easy to blend, and there's just this slight tact to it that just, it's perfection. Is what I've looked for in an eyeshadow base for years. I mean, the Sigma one's about the same. This one's just a little bit less messy. Like the Sigma pencil can get a little messy. I tend to apply it with a brush because it's just really creamy. This one's just a bit firmer, and I don't know, it's pretty magical. I'm gonna take this all the way into the inner corner. That's a nice starting point, I think. Now let's go ahead and jump over into our Suspended in Dusk palette, and we're gonna start with the shade October Rust, because October Rust. It's, I have to say, probably hands down, like one of the best Typo Negative albums through and through. It's romantic, it's sarcastic, it's kind of everything. Alright, let's take a little brush here. I'm going to start with I'm going to go ahead and start with actually a big crease brush. This is a Sonia Kashuk rounded crease, and we're going to go straight into October Rust. But if there was an album I would tell you to listen to from Typo Negative, it would be October Rust. It's got some beautiful songs on there. But we're going to start taking this through the socket. And after October Rust, I would say go to Bloody Kisses, which is the album before that. Which, Bloody Kisses is kind of the album that put them on the map, I would really say. There's an album before that as well. And it's a little bit more kind of like thrash punk sounding. But on Bloody Kisses, Slow, Deep, and Hard, that was the previous album. There's lots of sexual innuendos in there. But it's like in that way that you're like, yeah, it'll do things for you. And anyway, yeah, I would say Bloody Kisses, listen to that one second. It's got some really good songs on there as well, and some romantic ones, and some a little bit more, there's some heavier songs on there. There's some like more kind of jokey songs, very sarcastic songs. But there's also some really, really pretty ones. And there's some very depressing songs as well. The album after October Rust, which October Rust does have some sad songs on it too. Don't get me wrong. But the album after that, World Coming Down, has just some, you want to just drink some wine and cry. That's the album to listen to. And I've done it. I have done that. I have a lot of oddly good memories though associated with Typo Negative. Like just fun memories of my brother and sister and me just listening to them and getting drunk on absinthe or wine or whatever, and just having a good time and watching like their DVDs and the behind the scenes stuff. It was very funny. It was kind of almost Jackass-esque, but we definitely had fun with them. Oh god, me and my sister were so obsessed with Peter Still. It's ridiculous how obsessed we were. Like, we had the Playgirl pictures. We found them on the internet and printed them out. Like, kept them on a floppy disk. I'm aging myself. To be fair, floppy disks weren't state of the art then. It was just what I had access to. I wasn't going to waste one of my good CDs with pictures to put it on my computer that didn't have internet in my room. For screensavers, you know. I would put things on just a floppy. Because my mom would not buy me a ton of blank CDs, because at the time those were kind of expensive. I'm talking like 2005-ish, 2004, 2005. And I was about 16, 17. Around then. Oh, pigmentation, look at that. Oh yeah. And we're going to deepen that up now with the shade called Haunted, which is one of the most, a really pretty song that is on October Rust. I think I used that in Instagram story the other day. And I'm going to take this through the transition. You know what? I'm feeling like kind of chatty today, even though I woke up not in a great mood. Well, I can't say I didn't wake up in a great mood. I woke up fine and then got reminded of real life and kind of had a bit of a downer moment there. Had a morning cry, and then, yeah, I'm better now. Got some coffee in me, basically. And kind of talk to a couple of friends. I talked to my sister a little bit, and my best friend, and kind of worked through some emotions, and talked to my husband, obviously, before he went to bed. The shade Haunted is so pretty. It's that perfect burgundy. If you watch my vlog, you know I'm a little emotional, and I don't really want to talk about it too much, but filming has been my best escape right now, filming and editing. I can truly just forget everything and just get into what I'm doing here, and I'm enjoying it. So playing video games isn't the best escape for me because that doesn't occupy my brain fully and keep me engaged. Like when I'm like playing Sims mostly. It just, it's not a game that you gotta really think a lot while you're playing. You know, I'm usually just decorating and just kind of having fun going through custom content. So it's more of a hobby, but I usually have to watch something with it and really focus to keep my mind occupied. Okay, with that same pointed crease now, I'm going to take Bloody Kisses, which is the vibrant red, which I'm real excited about getting into this red. And I'm going to take that just on this outer part right here and really kind of bring that redness in. These are a little bit more pinky reds, but this one will pull in a bit of warmth. This is fun. This is really a lot of fun. I'm kind of taking a break from my like color series and normal content, I guess, to just have some fun with makeup and play, because this really is my favorite time of year to do makeup because I get very inspired and into doing fall looks. Like I don't like really doing Halloween looks necessarily. Like I don't like face painting or doing prosthetics or any of that. I've never really enjoyed doing that myself. Like I like to watch people do them, you know. Even that, well, now I kind of lost interest in that too. But I used to love like watching like Face Off or something, and I have a general idea how to do it, and I've done it a little bit and done a little bit of special effects, but not a lot. It's not my favorite thing to do. I really just like beauty makeup, honestly. Like I don't even like doing like really extreme goth looks anymore. I just like doing pretty makeup. Am I just getting old? I don't know. Right, and on the lid, I'm gonna go in with Peretta, which is this beautiful kind of warm metallic shade. And I'm gonna take that on a flat brush and put that onto the lid. I like that one because it's a bit more of a, has some warmth in it. I'm just gonna pull it up a bit. Alright, I'm gonna take a little bit more of a focused firm blender here and go back to Haunted. I want to put that really right out here. Get that very dark as it'll go. I'm not worried about things getting out of the line and getting messy because I will be going in and fixing that. Now I'm going to hop over to the Prelude to Agony palette, and we're going to go into the shade Immolation. I have trouble saying that word. I don't know why. I'm going to kind of focus it on the more outer part right here, the lid. This is more of a cranberry purpley shade. And let that flow into Haunted. I like that these palettes make great companions for one another. Oh, I need to get back and dig into playing my Losing My Religion. Maybe we'll do like a cyberpunk look for Halloween instead of the typical spooky stuff. I did like what last year I did Morticia. Alright, I'm gonna clean this brush off though. And on this inner part, I want to take the shade Absolution and pop that on. This is a dirty greeny gold. I think it would just look really cool with these shades. Yeah. Now these shades apply fantastically on a dry brush. I've not wet my brush or anything. Most of the time I wet my brushes because I like the control, because you can work with it like it's a paint. I'm just going to build that up on the inner corner. Alright. I'm kind of hooking it around. Very bird-like, I feel. Alright, and clean that off and go back to Pyretta and just kind of make sure that those are flowing together nicely. Filming actually gives me like a nice respite from playing out scenarios in my head. That's mostly what it is. Cool. All right. I like that. I like the way this is looking. This is what I was going for. Just full drama. I don't think I want to do any black liner. I just really like this kind of look without liner, maybe. I don't know. I'm going to put on some lashes though, so I might put a little bit of liquid liner just to blend the lashes in really well. But I think that's going to be it for the upper lash line for now. I may come back and tweak things, or we could take this nice kind of greeny gold glitter right here from this NYX palette, the Glitter Goals palette, and pop a little bit of that on the inner corner. I think we should put just a touch of it, just because, why not? I love putting a little bit of glitter on the inner corner. I think this one would be cool looking with this look. Just right there, because it matches the Absolution shade perfectly. And just give it a really nice pop. Right, and kind of manipulate that a little bit how I want it. A little more Absolution. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to clean up any fallout and do my complexion. We'll be back for finishing touches, lower lash line, all that jazz. I'll see you guys in just a second. I just put on enough liner to blend my lashes in. These are a little black dress from Kiss. Bit of a struggle with them today, and I've contoured with the Patrick Ta She's Statuesque. My foundation's Bare Minerals Original Liquid Foundation. We use a little bit of Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter and some Incognito Concealer, e.l.f. Halo Glow, and number 7 Translucent Setting Powder. So, let's get started on the lower lash line. Where's my little brush? Okay, so first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk liner, and we're going to hit that lower, sorry, my mirror. We're going to hit that lower lash line and into the waterline with this shade all the way across. And put a little bit thicker on this outer corner. Let it flow up into the upper eyeshadow. I'm going to take my pencil brush that we used to blend this earlier, and I'm just going to run that across. I always makes my nose runny when I'm messing with my lower lash line. Alright, now let's take our Spin It in Dusk palette one more time. I'm going to go straight into Haunted on the same little pencil brush and focus it right where we applied that eyeliner. And kind of blending it out a little bit as we go. I want to make sure it has a very effortless flow up into the upper eyeshadow. And I am blending this out pretty far. Let's take a little flat brush from earlier and clean it off really well. We'll take a little bit of October Rust and just kind of blend this down a little further. And then continue to smoke it out. Alright, we'll take maybe a little bit of Bloody Kisses right in here, in the middle. Just really get that very red look under there. And I'm going to take this firm blender with nothing on it and just come right underneath, scrunch my eyes up, right around that edge, and just soften things out to get a very seamless blend. That's a really pretty blend, if I do say so myself. I got to my little pointed crease real quick, and just make sure all this is very seamless right out here, flowing together. And we'll take that flat brush one more time. Whoop, maybe not, dropped it. Let's get the little pointed little pencil brush, take some of Pyretta. I want to put that right here. I'm going to take a little bit of Cinnamon Girl now, which is this pinky gold duochrome. I'm going to put that right here on the inner corner just a bit. And pop in a little bit of Absolution. kiss of it under there, just to make it very cohesive. Now I'm going to take a little bit of my face highlighter. I haven't decided what highlighter to use. I don't know. Let's try a little bit of this shade Honey from the Melt Cosmetics Digital Dust Blush. And I'm going to take that on a little tiny pencil brush here. I'm going to hit that inner corner. Oh, that mirror is so dirty I can't see. I want to take a little bit of that on the brow bone. So for blush, I want to go in with the Milk Cosmetics Emerald Honey, which we use the honey side on the inner corner. I'm going to use both of them on the cheeks. So we go into the raw side first. And we'll take a little bit of the honey side and just dust that across. And bring it up around the temple. Alright, and for highlighter, let's take Jaclyn Hill Sparks. I think that'll go good with this. I'm gonna give everything a little kind of buffing dust over with the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Ethereal Light. Just to kind of brighten under here. Just makes everything look nice and smooth and kind of buffed in. And give everything a little quick set with some of the Natural Finish from Wet n Wild. Bring the skin back to life. I was feeling a little powdery. And I'm going to do my brows real quick off camera, and we'll be back for the lip and the completed look. Alright, and we're back for the lip, and I'm going to go in with the ColourPop Ultra Matte Lip in LAX, because I think a really deep burgundy lip is just what this look needs. Oh, I hate how my nose gets runny, like when I do my eyeliner and stuff, and it just, here come the waterworks, it just gets going. Alright, let's put this lippy on. Alright, and I do believe this is our look complete. Get this crazy hair, let it do what it wants. Well, I mean, I did give it a little bit of a wave today, but I'm enjoying it just being kind of wild swamp witch hair. And yeah, zhuzh. Alright, so this is our look complete, playing with the Rebel Rouge Labs Suspended in Dusk and Prelude to Agony. Just feeling spooky, vampy, wanting to kind of get a little weird with it, just having fun painting with makeup. So yeah, thanks for hanging out with me today, and let me know down below if there's some more looks you would like to see with the Suspended Dusk palette and the Prelude to Agony palette. Don't worry, a green look is coming, and I will link my other looks using these two palettes in the eye, as well as my Spooky Girl Fall playlist. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Stay safe and stay spooky.